Hi, I'm Lou with another episode of My Car Story. We're here with Bob Groman. Bob, good to see you.
Hi, Lou.
And Bob's wearing British Racing Green because he likes TRs, and he has several of them. We're going to feature the TR6 today, so I'm going to grab the camera as I usually do. Bob, so what's the fascination with a big guy and these extremely small cars?
Just something I fell in love with when I was in college.
And go ahead.
And I've continued ever since.
And you've restored these cars to some, I'm just going to quickly kind of just, there's the TR4 and the
TR3A.
And today we're featuring the
TR6.
Okay, come on. Let's take a look at the TR6. Now, what year do we have here?
This is a 1974. This was the middle of the run.
Go ahead, you're saying middle of the run. What does that mean?
They made TR6s from 69 to 76.
Okay.
And then came out with the TR7, the wedge. So this was the last of what they called the hairy-chested sports cars that Britain put out.
And we've got the wonderful parking lights there, as you can see. And if you can read that, Lucas European in the lamps.
Yes.
This is really a very straight-lined, come on back with me for a second. It's really a straight-lined car. I mean, very, boxed off, but very nicely done. The window is nicely kind of raked back, as you can see. Just a nice, clean sports car, and the nice kind of jewelry, as I like to call it, on the car. How'd you end up with this car? How long have you had this car?
I've had this car for almost 25 years. I was driving a 1941 Chevrolet, and my wife said, "You need a better car to get around," and the light bulb went off. And so I said, "Oh, I know of one," and so we bought this TR6.
And then you restored it.
I did. It was a rolling restoration. It took me probably 15 years to do the restoration on this car. I didn't do it all at once. I did it as I got money, and just like most people do.
Yeah. And this is a wonderful little car. What's the, I'm curious, what's the reaction when you're driving this car?
Cool car, man.
There we go. That's a good one. So, and the neat little TR6. And when this car has a 6-cylinder engine.
Correct.
When did the 6 come into play?
The 6 came into play in 1968 with the TR250. The 250 was a TR4 body with a TR6 running gear. And while they were designing this body to replace the TR4, they put that in as a stopgap for 1 year. The TR250 is probably the rarest of the Triumph TRs and the hardest to find, and probably one of the most expensive ones.
Okay. And what is this? Is this extra bumper bar that looks very stock?
It is made by Amco, which was an aftermarket company that you could buy all kinds of stuff, anything from floor mats to bumper guards, and that is an Amco aftermarket bumper guard.
So that's a typical TR piece.
Yes.
And then we've got the, how does the fuel filler flip up? Okay, there's a little button on it, and then it just pops up that way. Okay, ever have any spillage problems getting it in there?
Of course.
Okay, all right. Gotta guess that might be the case. So we can do the interior here, because we don't have to jump into it. And those pedals, let me just feature the door as well. And that's a thin door. But, and I'm just noticing this, which is wonderful. So here's your vehicle badge.
Yep, that's the ID plate.
The ID plate. And there you can see the pedals much clearer.
And you'll notice that on all of the Triumph TRs, they had the T brake and clutch pedal pads.
Show me that.
See that there's...
Oh, there's a T on there?
Yep. They may be worn away since
no, you've got them. There they are. I just pulled them in. Okay. Gotcha. Did not know that. All right, so then here we have, obviously, what the driver's seeing. Now we've got the Triumph logo. And we have your turn signal stalk there, as you can see. And on this side we have the beams.
Correct.
So clearly we've got the washer, the lights. Yeah, they really did a nice job in the instrumentation here. I mean, very clear, very easy to understand. Nice tack. I like the fact that it's a car with some gauges, a couple of hazard lights. What is that one that's in the center that almost looks like a clock?
Oh, that's your rheostat.
Rheostat. What's a rheostat?
That dims and brightens your dash lights.
Oh, okay, gotcha. All right. And was this part of the car too?
No, that also is an AMCO aftermarket part.
Look at that. That's a pretty cool piece.
Because these cars didn't come with a center armrest, and you get fatigued driving without a place to lay your arm.
Yeah. I want to just feature some of the pieces here. Is that the original radio?
No.
Which is okay, but
I do have an original radio. That is a retro sound radio.
It looks like it fits right in there, though. It looks
They
perfect.
make it to fit into classic cars.
Trying to get that to... There we go. Feature that on the dash. And this is an ashtray?
It is.
Okay.
And it also is where I put my plug for my electrical plug-in.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
a lighter receptacle type
Yeah.
thing.
How do we open the hood? Nice. That's wonderful. I like the red fan, almost like a... People should make the fans red. It's kind of like a caution thing. Like, watch out, we've got this red fan. It's going to be spinning. It could take your fingers off. This is pretty cool.
This
This is clearly not to ever be taken off. You could see that.
correct.
If you look tightly, you could see this. This will just peel all over the place.
This is the original configuration for the engine bay. I did not repaint the engine bay, so this is the original sticker. You're looking at
Yeah, this is wonderful.
all originality.
I like it. Let me show this side. Here's obviously your air filter, your carburetors. This has to move pretty well.
It does okay. I mean, it's not a modern car. It doesn't have the aspiration that modern cars
Yeah.
have. It doesn't have 16 valves or 32 valves. It's basically an old Chevy engine powering a sports car. It did well for when it was new. It's not meant to keep up with today's cars.
Let's hear it. Sounds smooth, Bob.
Thank you.
Let me grab the exhaust here. Give it just a little rev, man. That sounds great. All right, Bob, let's shut her down. You know, I like that whole red fan there. That's a brilliant idea, actually. Let me
That
show.
is an original fan.
Let me show people what that looks like with the hood up. And then, Bob, if you could shut that hood back down, show how that kind of looks like that. And just does that. Bob, stand right next to her. Come on over. Bob, always fun to see you. What a great car and great restoration, and you just do such wonderful work. Thanks so much for sharing your car and being on My Car Story.
Thank you, Lou.